Hey guys, and welcome back. Welcome back to our Yai Tai Let's Play. Now, last time I actually suffered a little crash. The first crash I've had it in a while, actually. I haven't had any crashes on my new Valeria. If I remember correctly, I don't think so. So yeah, that's kind of a shame, but let's get back to what we're doing. Luckily, I have the autosave on yearly, so that just shows why I should do that. So it's a good job I did that. So last time we had this betrothal. We have that sorted. I also set up a betrothal with these guys. I think it was with his daughter. Or was it his son's daughter? How much his son's daughters? 0 years old. Probably not her then. Probably this girl. Yes. Just to my brother. Yes, perfect. So we got that marriage sorted there. The other marriage is done. We'll give us some nice allies. And my two brothers can have their own children. I'm sure they're looking forward to that. But yeah, so right now, like I said before, this probably is going to start off very slow. We'll wait until we can build up our options and our allies and basically wait for an opportunity. As we know, chaos is a ladder. It gives us an opportunity. Hopefully we can find it in this world. I'm going to put it onto direct vassals so you guys can see the different principalities. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, and this is actually 1, this is 7. So technically it's like the 7 kingdoms, but in the east. In a way, we got, obviously we're in Lingqi, I'm going to say. My lord, your son, Chao, is most uncooperative. Damn. Damn my son. Taikwei, Trader Town, Paiku, Xin, Jinkai. It's very difficult for me to know how to pronounce these places. So I'm probably, from now on, going to try not to pronounce too much. Like I say, if you do know how to pronounce them, please tell me. But it doesn't mean I will remember. I am likely to forget. Obviously, over here, before I just talk about some of the areas while we wait for things to happen. This area over here is obviously known as the Bone Mountains, the passages from the Dothraki Sea, and obviously Quarth into the east. Okay, we lost our treasurer. We have the first one up here. If I remember correctly, this is called, where is it? The Steel Road, we have the Stone Road, and we also have the Sand Road. Those are the 3 different ways into the east. And each of these have a fort on each one, which have been attacked by, I think, these guys before, but they've never failed to hold them back. So they're interesting places, these ones. Okay, we need someone good at stewardship. You shall be it for now. Is everyone married? You were not married, were you? Let's get you married then. Even though you're slow, you've been a good person for us. We're going to marry you to Ming, the Minister of the Treasury. Excellent. So that's him done. You married? He is, but she died. He had a daughter, that's fine. He's got his daughter. We have 1 girl left then to marry off. But yeah. So, if any of you don't know, obviously we are the religion of Lion of the Night. If you don't know what that is, basically, if I'm going to destroy this, my memory is really bad at this stuff, but Yai Tai in the East, they have their own story about the long night. My son Chao has not exerted himself in his studies. I'm starting to despair. Well, I am diligent, so that's going to be bad. We don't like that. Talk to him about being diligent, beat him into action. Well, I am cruel, but I am diligent, so I'm cruel, but I'm also diligent and hardworking. I think that'll be important. Let's talk to him about it. Yeah. But yeah, they have their own story about the long night, when in the past, when the others came. Obviously, Melisandre of Asai says that Roller, he defeated the others, or the great other with his sword Lightbringer. I would like to invite you to join for me for a small gathering of friends. Ooh, been invited by Gay. Of course, yeah, the guy next to us. The one whose lands we want. But they have their own story of that. And it's actually very similar. It's kind of interesting. In Westeros, they have like the story of the 13 heroes. The guys who go off to find the children of the forest to send back the others. No one knows what happened to them. Asai has the story of Roller. Azor Ahor, Reborn, well not Reborn, obviously the original one who formed Lightbringer from Nasa, or whatever it was. Yai Tai has their own one. Educate my daughter. Now she's quite good at a lot of stuff. She's mostly good at stewardship, but her learning's not very good. So I'm going to say court. Yeah, let's go for court. They have their own one, actually. They believe in a man called, if I remember, Haikum the Hero. Haikum the Hero? Or something like that. Apparently, they believe that the long night, when obviously in the West they believe in the others and stuff like that, they believe that actually it was started by their emperor. He is the one who started the long night, which is kind of interesting for her. Who should we get to teach her? She's good at intrigue. We could choose her. She was like a good choice for her. Yeah, I'm going to go for her. But she's terrible at learning, but she has got elusive shadow. He's actually quite a good choice. He's got okay all of them. I'm going to go for her. Let's just go for her. Yeah, sorry, continuing the story. What was I talking about? Yeah, so they believe the emperor of Yaitai. There was an empress and her brother. He took her throne. And from this betrayal, apparently there was a meteor or something that fell from the sky. A bit like the Danes saw Dawn. I'd like you to invite me to join for a small gathering. Unfortunately, I can't. Yeah, so a bit like Dawn, a stone fell from the sky. Possibly, I guess, a meteor. You'd expect it to be. Fell in Yaitai. And this new emperor, he started to worship it as like it was some sort of god. My lord, it has come to my attention that nobody's been designated as the regent. He's ambitious. He's a slow, ambitious man. That is dangerous. Absurd proposition. And he started to worship this, and because of his evil ways and his cruelty and the fact he killed his own, I think it was his own sister, to take the crown. An important part of ruling the realm is learning how to delegate. This is something you'll finally realize when your stewardship is improved as a direct consequence. Okay, good. We gain stewardship. But yeah, and so, because of all this, the daughter of Dawn, or the daughter of the sun, basically the daughter of light, the woman of light, or I can't remember her name. Sorry, I'm not very good with the exact names. I just know the details. She turned her face away from the earth, from her anger at what he had done. And this created the everlasting night that swept across the world. So it wasn't just Westeros, it was also Essos. And they believed it was started from that. And so then the Lion of the Night, I guess the sort of god of the night. So I guess in Yaitai they kind of have this belief in, the gods of the day and night. Count Hugh, I've decided to give you the honor of making you my court's lead musician. Oh, thank you, Prefect Rudu. He is a great warrior. Excellent. So I need a new ambition then. Okay. I guess we could go with improved combat ability. I guess I can improve combat. Yeah, we'll go for that. Improved combat ability for now. Can we change my focus? I think we might start to go for intrigue. No. Okay, one more year and we can change. Okay, my beloved uncle's concerned he's not married. Okay, we need to find him someone nice. We have Hong Mao. She's a princess at 29 years old. That seems like a good one. Anyone else? Yeah, so sorry, I'm going to keep jumping in and out of the historical stuff, because I know some people already know all that, and others might not know it, and it's kind of interesting. I'm going to marry her to him. Yeah. It's a good choice. He's going to marry the sister of one of the princes. Mao. Which one's this? The one up here. That seems like a good choice. Yeah, so they believe that's why it happened, because of his cruelty. And what happened was, apparently from the east, if you look at the names of the places over here, you can kind of see what I mean. You have the Grey Waste, not that one. Southern Cannibal Sands, the dry, deep cities of the bloodless men. So there's some sort of bloodless men over here. But apparently monsters came from the east and attacked them. And if you look over here, the Yaitai, they seem to have built some forts, the 5 forts. And apparently these 5 forts were built to defend Yaitai. But from who? Many believe it was built to defend against this long night that happened from the monsters that came from the east. So it seems that they faced their own kind of White Walkers in the east, while Westeros faced White Walkers from the north. So maybe it wasn't White Walkers. It doesn't sound like they were ice or anything like that. It sounded more like they were maybe fire. Some people have speculated maybe it was fiery people. Who knows, though? It's hard to say. And Yaitai believes that Hakun the hero used the sword Lightbringer, and they also say he possibly had many other names, including Azor Aha. So there's many possibilities these could all be the same stories, or maybe in each of these places, everyone had their own story for how it finished. So maybe there were many heroes, but only one of them was actually true, but the people all believed the one that was near them was the true one, because that's the one they said, well, obviously it must have been him who stopped it. I watched my son Chowat play with another child yesterday and noticed that he didn't want to share his toys. I think I'd be okay with that. I think our guy is he's a cruel guy. He's chaste though. Chaste, it's about not having too much, but only in women. He needs electron charity. The Lion of the Night will save him from hell. This is how children learn thrift. Let's do that. So yeah, it's a really interesting story, and that emperor was known as the Bloodstone Emperor. As I said before, each of the emperors have their own titles. Arwen at the moment is the Azure Emperor. Usually he's also incapable. This means he's likely to die soon. His son, Prince Zhang Bu, will become the next emperor. He has 2 children. Okay. That will probably happen very soon. That could cause some trouble. That could definitely cause some trouble. Our prince is also quite old. He only has 1 son as well. But he has a son as well. A peasant accused of murder is dragged before your court. His wife and children were found butchered in the small hut they called home, and he was standing nearby covered in their blood. Despite this damning evidence, the man continues to profess his innocence. What should be done with him? This animal must be hanged. Toss him into the dungeons and leave him there. The evidence is circumstantial. Let him go. This is difficult. I need to make a show of him. Let's hang him. Yep, we're going to hang him. Recent events have increased your grasp of stewardship. Okay, very good. Yep, we've hung him. That's fine. So how many men do I have right now? 3,300. We still don't have a claim. He's not been able to bribe and threaten his way through his court yet. If we can take this... So we're still waiting for those marriages as well. Once we get our brother married... Is there anyone we can marry my son to? Now, let's see if we can get some claims, obviously. We could try and claim this. So we could try to marry a daughter. But there doesn't look like there's any daughters there. She would get a claim, but only when he dies. I don't know if it would be passed on. That's a bastard son. Okay. Well, she might be a good choice, but she is ill. Any claimants to his title? No claimants, okay. Maybe just the prince, I guess. We could also just try to claim this. Let's go for the son. No daughters. She has no children. She has 1. She was married to... Oh, the emperor has died. So there we go. I should really make this important character. There we go. So also the emperor died. We'll make the prince also an important person. And the duke. And also our other fellow count here, under the, not duke obviously, the prefect. Need to remember that. But yes, we have a new god emperor. He's charitable, honest, patient, zealous, and a trained fighter. He seems okay generally, but not much of an intrigue man. He has 1 son, but he does have a brother. Okay. 0 years, so that he was just born, but wasn't he incapable for a long time? Maybe that's not really his son. We'll have to wait and see, but yeah. Okay, so we've got that done. Yeah, so he was known as the Bloodstone Emperor. The Azure Emperor, there you go. It continues with his kind of thinking. So he was not a nice guy. So it sounds like in many parts of the world there are different ideas for the long night that happened a long time ago. News from afar, my lord. During the war on the Iron Throne, the dragons Vermithor and Vega met in fierce combat. their riders driving to tear at each other relentlessly. The rider of Vega eventually prevailed, killing Vermithor. Really? So Prince Jaehaerys looks like he's pushing for his throne, and he's fighting his own brother, the eunuch, blinded one, who's actually on the side of Maega, the man who did it. Maega, what have you done to He must have hurt him so bad. It must have been like a Theon-esque thing where he tortured him so much he's just become his little steward. But yeah, looks like, and he defeated Jaehaerys. So a blind eunuch was able to defeat Jaehaerys. He's now become a crippled. Sorry. So he killed Vermithor. So Vega, 99 years old. Vermithor, the Bronze Fury. The dragon was just too young and wounded. That is a shame. Let's see what's going on then. So here we have war against the tyranny of Maega the Cruel. Okay, so it was war against his tyranny, led by the Westerlands. So the Lannisters are leading this. At the moment, he's a drunkard who's maimed. So things are not looking good for the enemies of him. Ooh. Okay, looks like we have a war going on in our lands. But Maega, you've not had any kids yet, and he is wounded. How's his dragon? He's still got his dragon. He's got Dark Sister. His mother's dead. Jaehaerys would still inherit if he were to die. Things are not looking good, actually, for the inheritors. Let's see what's going on down here, then. So we seem to have a war going on. So the central jungle of Yai-Tai has declared war for, looks like, his claim. So he was the guy we were about to marry into. Huh. He's now pushing his claim. Han. Count Han. He's brave, content, honest, and humble. Okay. For a content and humble guy, he seems ready to take what he thinks is his. The prince shall defend. I guess there's nothing we should really do. Don't think we'd really want to join him.